What's up, everyone? Mikey here, and
Wife behind the knife. Shit.
dropping shit. And we got Pookie.
Hey, baby boy.
So, before we make this video, I want to touch on that I want to do a big giveaway when we hit 1,000 subscribers.
I believe we're on 556.
Somewhere around there. I want to give away a lot. Are you gonna throw in anything?
I don't think I have anything to throw in.
I mean, maybe like a gift card or something. It's up to you.
I don't know. I haven't thought about that.
But woo!
No! Let's see if she like goes up to it.
So I know Scab is gonna give away a knife. Misty is gonna give away a knife, apparently. So, and I'm working on something real big. I want to get companies to maybe send a knife to me.
Sorry, she needed 10 kisses.
So, I'm hoping to get one or two companies to send me a knife. I'll sharpen it when I get it, and then when we hit, we'll pick a winner, and I'll send it out to you.
Mm-hmm.
No bullshit, no scams, nothing. So, today, we're going to talk about handicap services.
A little controversial, but I think it needs to be talked. Well, it's not really controversial as much as it is like not talked about enough.
I'll argue till the day I die.
I know.
About this. So, I'm gonna go and then you gonna put your info in.
My 2 cents.
Yeah, 2 cents. I don't have 2 cents. I have 1 cent, as you can tell.
The fuck does that mean?
I don't know.
Don't make me laugh. My asthma's acting up.
So, don't bite.
Because you're wearing socks.
Yeah. So, as you all know, I'm in the wheelchair. I've been in the wheelchair all my life.
Well, since you were about 4.
2.
2.
Yeah. And throughout the years, I had to get help in school. And now I'm riding the bus. In high school, we're doing this video to tell people about all the bullshit that I go through and other handicapped people go through.
Yeah, like your experience with between getting services and then actually receiving the services. And then what happens when you hit adulthood, when you are this level of disabled.
Oh, every level.
Well, it depends because there's such a spectrum, especially with CP.
Yeah, but every level has bullshit that comes with it. So, throughout my school, I graduated in 2011.
Mm.
I had multiple aides that would help me all the way up until I'd say about sixth grade. I had fairly good aides.
Yeah, they weren't all bad.
No. But after I, it was about middle school where they didn't give me aid. So it was 7 to 8. No, yeah, 7 to 8
Well,
was
your school system was a little bit different than most
yeah
because you had like a K through 3 or something like that.
that's 7 to 8. So middle school was all about me, and I could do it. High school, I had the worst AIDS.
So were these people like contracted by the school or through like some private company?
Both. I went through a lot.
Roughly how many?
Well, there was one in middle school that I had. I forgot all about that, but she was literally like not there. I will say that.
Define not there though.
Like not there.
Well, I don't want to sound insensitive. I don't want to sound like mean.
There was no skill, no nothing. So
She wasn't qualified.
I told my dad, give me a new aid, and they never did.
Well, here's a
So,
problem with a parent having to deal with that. That's a whole headache. Trying to, because you would essentially have, your dad would have essentially had to call the company and be like, look, this isn't working out. And they would have said, okay, well, you got to give us a bit.
it was a school because she called me the devil's child. So my dad had to call the school.
That,
And
oh my God. See, that's a problem in and of itself because,
so.
but why would you?
It doesn't matter. It's long gone. So, it was funny though.
No, it's not funny.
It was funny.
No.
So, when I got into high school, they gave me a bunch of aids. Uh,
So were these young people, old people, mixture of both?
both.
And I say,
So-
and I ask that because sometimes when you get, sometimes it's a lot of older people that work in this profession. I'm probably one of the younger ones that works in this profession because I'm in this field in general. Sometimes it's a lot of older ladies, not to say that that's a bad thing, not trying to sound like age discriminatory or anything, just most of the time it's older people. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that sometimes when you have a younger person working with somebody who's as young as you were, you might have like connected a little bit more.
Yeah. So, the first thing that she didn't speak no English. Nothing. No English.
Not that there's anything wrong with that, but
There
to
is
commute.
something wrong with it. Like, you don't hire someone that doesn't speak English.
Yes, but I mean, like, for your
Especially-
purposes, it wouldn't have served you anything.
Exactly.
There's nothing wrong with being bilingual, but for your purposes
She
specifically.
wasn't bilingual. She was just straight up Spanish. Like, she
Again,
did
but
not
you have to
know.
be careful how you say that.
So,
I'm going to be the politically correct one here. You have to be careful how you say that. She struggled with English, and for your purposes, it didn't serve you anything because people had a hard time understanding you as a whole.
yeah.
So for your purposes, that wouldn't have been okay.
Yeah. And she didn't get along with the teachers because the teachers couldn't talk to her, of course. So,
Why didn't
the
she get along with the teachers?
because they was talking, trying to talk to her, and she didn't know English.
Oh, but it wasn't like argumentative.
No, no.
Oh, I thought you were saying like they were
They
arguing.
was just getting annoyed because like it was trying to talk to them.
Yeah, so
Like,
that would have been
there's
an
a
issue.
fire alarm going off at 11, and she was what? So it
For
was
your purposes, that wouldn't have worked.
no. The second one was she was kind of, you know, I would say too easy going.
Bordering on lazy.
Yeah, she would text in class.
Oh
She
man, mother of God.
would uh, talk to the other students like it was
Like you were just chilling with your bros or something.
mm-hmm. And she used to offer me cigarettes to take the day off.
Yep. I remember when
So
you first told me that. I was like appalled.
if I wasn't there, she would have to be there. So she would offer me cigarettes, which I never took.
She would have
um,
only been able to work on the days that you were there. That's when she was contracted to work.
so the third one, she was old. She was 70-ish, and
Again, nothing
she
wrong with that.
no, no, no.
Excuse me.
She was
She was tired.
tired. She would fall asleep in the class.
Oh Jesus.
She would snore in the back of the class.
Yeah, so imagine you're sitting here taking an algebra test, and all you hear in the back of the room is.
Yep. Loud. It was louder than that.
Oh my
And
God.
the teacher was laughing. One of them got annoyed. So
Yeah, why do you think they got annoyed? She wasn't doing her job.
and now that I'm grown, I want to change that. I want to, there's a whole bunch of shit that we got to go through, like the bus. The bus has one bus driver. It's
Well,
five.
this is in your experience.
Yeah, mine. One bus driver. Um.
Now you're talking about the bus service that's in this state specifically.
Yeah. If you're in New Jersey, I take ISS Link, and then a nightmare. I'm grateful for the rides. I'm grateful for where I can go. And
Boy.
but at the same time it's not 50, $5 a day
It's not free.
to go to work. They give me a window 7 to 7:30 and I'm on the bus. Now when I'm on the bus it can take up to 2 hours or 20 minutes, depending on uh, how many people are on the bus. So I'm late a lot to
I
work.
don't know exactly how what the system is behind the
So
scheduling.
so who scheduled the bus is the main headquarters, they are 50 miles away.
Yeah, they're
Up
not
in,
here.
no, they're in North Jersey. So when they do the schedules, they don't know every road, every,
And it's not like they know you guys personally, because they service like how many millions, like thousands of people.
I've been late as much as I've been on time.
If not more.
Yeah. I'm doing this video because, you know, people call me inspiring, and I love that. I do, and I appreciate that. But I'd rather someone help than tell me that I'm inspiring. I'd rather get the help for other people, or if a company is thinking about making a service for disabled people, I would love to help. Give them ideas, because what I've experienced over the years, it gives me anxiety to think about my future. Um, it's hard for disabled people. Um,
Well, what happens when
no.
you. Forky. I think the person who said this best was Wheelchair Rapunzel. She's on Facebook. I don't think she's on YouTube, but she's like an influencer on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and she has a form of muscular dystrophy. And she said this best: when you're a kid and you have some kind of disability, you're super super cute. Sometimes these companies will come up to you, and this happened to you, the Shriners. They tried to ask your dad, hey, does he want to be in a commercial? So you're watching TV and you see the kids on the Shriners commercial. If you donate $5 today, you're going to help a kid at Shriners. That's great. They're a great organization. Here's the problem, though. Those kids don't stay kids forever. They're going to grow up into adults where they're no longer useful for that cause.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden, the world forgets about them.
Yeah, there's a lot that people can do. That
Like, didn't they approach your dad asking if he wanted to be in a Shriners commercial?
No, they asked if I wanted to be on camera when they did that. When they did that study, and I told them no, I might have a warrant.
Jesus Christ.
I was like, I was like 14.
Wait, how old were you? How old were you?
I was like 14.
And you told him you might have a warrant?
Yeah.
Oh, shithead.
So, what I'm trying to get in this video is things gotta change. There's a whole bunch of shit, and I would love to tell you. If you want more of this, leave a comment.
Yeah.
There's a lot of shit that can be changed. And people need to get certified. People need the education. People need to learn how to drive.
This is where
and deal with handicapped people.
Yeah, this is where my 2 cents is going to come in, because this is the field that I'm in. So I've been in the home health field in general for about, I'd say going on 4 years now. I did elder care for like a year, and that's great. Like, that's fine in and of itself. It's pretty challenging, and I didn't stay there for very long because that was a private company. I was lucky if I was making like $300 a week, because it's not very steady work. So I left there and I started working for the people, the family that I work for now. I'm, first of all, the state knows who I am, the company knows who I am. The paperwork to begin working for these people, for the one client that I have, I'm not even kidding you, was about this big. It took me like 3 hours to get through it with my boss. I had to get thoroughly background checked. That was just like my personal like, criminal record. They had to look at my driving record. They had to drug test me, obviously. I have to get trained on different things a couple times a year, mandatory. I have to do that. I have to, there's like child abuse forms I have to sign, HIPAA violation forms I have to sign. It goes on and on and on. I have to do that. They have to know who I am. They have to make sure you're not friggin' psycho, because the branch of people that I work with now are intellectually impaired. I have one client, but that's the area that I'm in. Young adults that have intellectual disabilities.
That's the same with addiction counselors.
And if there's something that I do that's illegal or deemed as neglectful, guess what? I'm blackballed from this industry. I'll never work in it again. I'm going to tell you the story in jail, because that's where I'm going to end up. If something happened, like if I did something that was neglectful, physically abusive, sexually abusive, I'm telling that story from jail, because that's where I'm headed.
Which you're not going to do. You're just saying that.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I would never do that, obviously. But if somebody in this field does that, that's where they're going. There's laws that protect this population of people. The Stephen Caminos law, the Danielle's law.
So, what do you...
I'm playing with it.
I got play with stuff. So, I made this video on.
Well, the point that we're trying to get across is no average person should just think, getting up one day and say, yeah, I can do this job. Not everybody is supposed to do this job. That's not how it works.
Just like addiction counselor, just because you're in recovery doesn't mean that you should be an addiction counselor, because it takes a special person.
It takes a special person to do any kind of job. It takes a special person to be a cop. It takes a special person to be a teacher. It takes a special person to work in this field in general, working with or for people with physical or intellectual disabilities.
So the rules should be more certification.
Certain branches aren't as regulated as mine. My position specifically is pretty well regulated. I'm a DSP. That means direct support professional.
More certification, more background checks, or thorough background checks.
And I understand. I mean, everybody gets a job because they need money. That's why people get a job. But you have to actually want to do this job. Don't just go up in there like your aide asking for cigarettes.
And the most important thing,
actually want to do it.
If you're a business that providing services for handicapped people, don't go to, Joe Smo that can walk. Go to the people that you are serving and get advice from them. If you want to help, listen, take advice, and apply that.
Because people sometimes can look really, really good on paper, but they're really, really bad aides.
Mm-hmm.
I've met some pretty shitty aides in my day, but I've also met some of the greatest.
Yeah, so...
You have to actually want to do this work if you want to get into this business. If you don't want to do it, don't do it.
If you want to know more about all the bullshit, leave a comment. We'll do a video. We love doing videos together. She's so beautiful. Look at her smile. You better not be looking.
I can't help it.
Oh, yeah, you can.
I can't help it. I got big tits.
So, I love all of you. The giveaway, like I said, if you want to give, then hit me up. More videos are coming. Um, I love all of you. And like I said before, if you if you want to call me inspiring, that's okay. But
There's more that can
help
be
other
done.
people. Don't I'm not gonna get into it again. So I love all of you.
The bottom line is if you want to do this work, actually want to do it. Because that's how these people get hurt.
Yes. What do I always say?
Never give up. Never surrender. I'm gonna get a tattoo because because now I'm gonna start wanting to do it. And give loyalty. You do
Why
it.
you